let's talk about 4-H. What do you think, Jerry? Want to talk about 4-H? He didn't answer. 4-H is a terrorist organization, and this video is going to show you why. 4-H is a program put on by the FFA, the Future Farmers of America. What 4-H does is brainwashes children into losing their compassion for animals. It makes them see animals as an object instead of an individual. This starts early on in the process. One of the things they do is when they first get their project, which oftentimes is actually loaned out through 4-H under a $1,200 loan. It can be more or less depending on the animal, but on average it's a $1,200 loan that 4-H has their parents take out and must be repaid, or it would hurt them in their credit score and they would have a debt. So it makes it so that that animal has to be sold at the end to get that money back, so that their parents do not end up in a financial hardship. It's 4-H's little guarantee policy that even if that child doesn't fall for the brainwashing during the entire process of raising their animal, at the very end they've got a gotcha that their parents have to abide by unless they've got the $1,200 to lose. It's insidious, it's disgusting, and it's disheartening. It turns compassionate hearts into rock-hardened stone. You can see how proud they are of these animals they've bonded with, they've named them. And early on, one of the things that 4-H and the FFA teaches is it makes them go through and point out the cuts of meat on the animals they've named and are loving. And they do this constantly and consistently. Children all across the United States spend entire summers raising an animal from a baby all the way up to slaughter weight. And during that time, they bond with them heavily. And this is purposely done. They want to create that bond with these children and these animals, and then they want to insidiously break it in the most heartbreaking, horrifying way they can. This is what creates serial killers. If you've done any kind of research into serial killers or sociopaths or psychopaths and how they become that way, this is exactly what happens in their childhood. Things that should have been compassionate and loving instances in their household, in their families, in their relationships, something went wrong and it got broken. This is the exact same tactic that they are using in 4-H and the FFA to create people who will not see them as individuals, but as objects, as profits, as margins, as weights on a piece of paper, part of the 150 billion murdered a year. During this time, the children are taught how to take care of the animals, but they are not taught how to take care of the animals in the correct way. They are taught how to take care of the animals in the way that will make them the most profitable for the companies, for the industry in the end. Throughout the program, the children are constantly reminded that they're going to make some money off of this project, that they'll have to spend and get whatever they want. They constantly drill into them that these unique individuals that have their own lives and their own thoughts and their own emotional bonds, both to their person and the person has to them, they're constantly reminded that they will get a monetary reward if they follow through on all the steps, on all the things that they are supposed to do. And in fact, one of the things that they are taught in 4-H is to think about what they would like to get with that money, or what that money means for them when they get to that end point. In the end, all the children go to their local state fair. They all put their animals on display. They show their animals. And in this competition, a winner is chosen based on which animal is worth the most money, based on flesh, fur, skin, and the ability to breed other larger animals from them. One of the defenses often used by 4-H against animal rights and ending these practices is that it's helping create future farmers. Well, how about you encourage children to create gardens? How about you encourage them to grow the best type of vegetables, the best strains of vegetables, new hydroponic things, new ways of farming, like Arduino-controlled machinery used to hydrate, fertilize, and monitor crops in indoor vertical situations. There are so many better things that could be done. Animal ag is destroying the world, it's destroying our bodies, and it's destroying, most importantly, 4,000 animal lives a fucking second. To watch these children cry and be destroyed and broken as their friends are taken from them and go off to be murdered for nothing but a few dollars. Their compensation for losing their friend, losing their innocence, losing their compassion, and there's part of their soul is a new Xbox, or a new snowboard, or a new iPhone. Their friend that they were just taught was an object gets turned into another object for them. And then they get to do it the next summer. And every summer it gets a little easier until they don't care anymore. And they don't think animals are real individuals. They don't think animals feel think, create. And this is why 4-H is a terrorist organization. Not DXZ, not Anonymous for the Voiceless, not PETA, not any animal rights organization. They take the most innocent among us and program them what to think and what to feel about others around them. People often like to say veganism is a religion. Well, I don't see us breaking our children's hearts to program them into who to become in the future.